Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Dyslexic Entrepreneur. So this is the first video on the mini series I'm doing about how to be more organised. Sorry if it sounds a little bit quiet, it's because people are trying to sleep. I want to fuck people off and wake them up. But contrary to popular belief, your next day starts the night before, okay? You need to start getting organised the night before for your next day. You don't wake up and start doing stuff that day. You need to start it the night before. And as you go through this series, it will become more apparent why you do it, alright? The first thing that I'm telling you, you have to do this, alright? It's what's called a brain dump, alright? Call it brain shit, brain dump, whatever you want to call it. But it's taking all the shit out of your head and putting it onto a phone or onto a bit of paper. Now, that can either look like this. First thing you need to do in the morning is to cash the 2 checks into the bank, and then you need to get hold of Patrick James Property to see what jobs they've got listed for the week. You then need to email back the clients that emailed you over the weekend, or it can look like this. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. I'm just writing down my things to do for tomorrow. But either way, you've got to do it, right? What you'll do is you'll record. I do mine on my phone. I find it a lot easier to just walk around and just talk. I walk around my front room here and I just talk into my phone. Now, what that does is that basically creates your to-do list for the next day, right? And then what you do with that to-do list is you do this thing called task bunching, and what that is you bunch tasks together which can be done, which are like similar. So let's say it's like you've got 5 different email jobs, and like they're all a bit different, but it's generally emailing. Like you bunch that together. If you've got 6 phone calls to make, you bunch the phone calls together. If you've then got to go and get a load of materials, you try and bunch that together. So you bunch it together so you're not doing 1 email, 1 phone call, another 2 emails, another 4 phone calls, 1 trip to fucking Tesco, another trip to Asda, coming back home, doing another email, blah 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 blah. Do you get where I'm going with it? So you're trying to streamline the process, okay? So that's the first thing you gotta do. You're gonna take that and you're gonna take it out your head. And then what this does, the reason why I started doing this is it gives you such a better night's sleep, because you're not, like, how many times have we all been there, whether you're dyslexic or not dyslexic, whatever, you've been led there just about to go to sleep and you're like, shit, that thing, it completely eliminated that for me, right? It completely eliminated it for me. I literally, everything is just out of my head, so it's gone. So that's the first part of the nighttime process, alright? The next part, it's kind of like the next step to it, and it's gonna look like this. Or if you want to be a little bit more hippie, you can do this. Whichever one you prefer. So yes, I look like a fucking lunatic doing that, but what I'm doing is this, right? And it really helps out. I do that in the evening. I also do it first thing in the morning, right? So as you breathe in, it's like a type of meditation. Like as you're breathing in, you're imagining you're breathing in all this like dark smoke is going into you, and then every time you breathe out, the smoke gets lighter. So what I tend to do is I tend to do 3 lots. So like 1 in and then breathe out, and then what happens by the third time, that all of the smoke that's coming out is bright white or whatever. I know it sounds really hippie, but it's really fucking good for getting rid of stress. And then that is fantastic for before you go to bed. because you've got everything off your plate. So if you've got a really bad problem on your mind, it might have come up in your brain dump. You sort of picture it in your mind, breathe it in, take it into your body, breathe all that shit out, tell it to fuck off, and see it tomorrow. So that is fantastic. It's absolutely fucking fantastic for one, getting a good night's sleep, and two, just getting it on with your brain. The other thing that I forgot to mention, and I always preach this, is when you're doing your to-do list, you need to put an asterisk next to the money. Follow the fucking money. But yeah, so that is the first part of the series I'm going to do. That is the nighttime routine. Okay, love to hear what your guys' nighttime routines are. I also do like a nighttime tea that I have. I won't say what it is. It's just nighttime tea. It's just quite nice. And then I've also tried doing a kind of like no screens, but running a business is fucking hard. Anyway, so that's the first video on the Get More Organised. Please like and subscribe as always. The next video is going to come out and it's going to show you what you're doing basically in the morning. So have a good night's sleep, guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and I just realised if I don't point this out, because it'll look weird in the next video. So this is the teas I have in the morning. That is freshly squeezed lemon, that is a nettle tea, and that is a standardised British cup of tea, alright? The lemon tea, first thing, straight away, speeds up your metabolism, gets your tummy going. The nettle tea is brilliant for iron absorption, and the cup of tea just tastes fucking amazing, and it's great for when you're doing your to-do list. Sound.